Rural Americans deserve access to the best of what our nation has to offer, especially health care. Across every state and every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families healthy. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.
Sid and Friends in the morning.
Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Oh, another good tune. Man, Lou, you are killing it, Lou. You know, I got to get to this guy right away. I'm talking about him all morning. He's the best police commissioner in the history of the city. He was so good, he did it twice. Twice. Longest tenure ever. And a man that I'm proud to call a friend. And you love his son. Greg does a great job. Not a good job, a great job. 12:15 to 3 every weekday on this station. He is the esteemed Ray Kelly. Raymond, good morning. How are you, buddy?
I'm great. It's great to be with you. Thanks for having me.
Always an honor. Because I always say you're the best. And this, it's not, I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody else, but you're the best. But you have to, there's one argument that continues to go on at this station, and only you can answer it. So your son, Greg, who again, I love him. I love talking to Greg. We have great conversations off the air, and his show's terrific. But he invited me back on as a guest yesterday. He brings me on pretty much a lot lately, and we talked about you. I said, look, as far as I know, your dad loves Jessica Tisch. It's odd that you don't like her because your dad loves her. He goes, oh, slow down. My dad loves me. He loves his family, my mother. I'm not sure he loves her. I said, you know what I mean? He likes her. So let's bury this right now for good. Sid Rosenberg says you like Jessica Tisch a lot. Greg Kelly says, I'm not sure about that. How does Ray Kelly feel about Jessica Tisch?
I think she's terrific. She is extremely talented, very, very smart. She loves the job. I think she's doing a terrific job. So he's wrong there. I hate to say that, but on air. But that's just
listen, I agree with you. I think she's great too, but she's in such a hard position here because you know that when a guy wields a knife and ends up in the hospital because he's trying to hurt a cop, and the mayor goes to visit the guy with the knife, right? And you know that when there's a snowball fight and two cops get injured, and the mayor talks about a nice little snowball fight, you know, Ray Kelly, that Jessica Tisch wants to kill this guy. Trust me, she wants to kill him. And she's not scared to necessarily, but she knows it's going to make her days even longer. You know she's very frustrated, right?
Right, absolutely. And she's in a very difficult position. It's a real high-wire act. She wants the job. She loves the job. And let's face it, she has to do what the boss tells her to do, ultimately. And it's very difficult in this situation. And I'm certainly glad that they did an investigation and apparently made one arrest already. And there should be more arrests. These are assaults. And it certainly wasn't a fight. There's only one side throwing snowballs.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a product of this city, and when there was a lot of snow, when I was a kid, nobody ever went to the hospital.
Right, especially cops. So, right, I'm glad they made an arrest, but, the new age, Ray Kelly, this guy will be out in 10 minutes, so it doesn't mean anything. The things that would have meant something to me were two things. A, Mamdani would come out and actually admit, you know what, I was wrong. It was not just a snowball fight. Cops got hurt. There's no place for that in our city. I apologize to the NYPD. He'll never do that because he's a creep. And Jessica can come out and really kill the mayor on Twitter. That's what I really want. I want the mayor to apologize to the cops and Tisch to kill him. But I don't think either one of those things are going to happen, Ray. Do you?
Right. I totally agree with you. Yeah, they are not going to happen. And, this guy set his sights on the police department throughout his whole public career, telling the world that they're biased, that they're racist, that they cause crime. These are his public statements. So he's not going to look on the police department with fondness. If he does, it's all phony.
Right.
Because he showed the true colors years ago.
You're right. No, and look, I'm not going to, take guys and expose them necessarily because I'm not going to speak for them. But I know Vince Valalong very well. He's a dear friend. He runs the SBA. I helped him actually get the new sergeant deal. I know he doesn't like this. I know Patrick Hendry can't stand this. Could you imagine, Ray, if Pat Lynch was still in that job?
Yeah, right.
Right? It would be nuts.
He's a firebrand.
Yeah, he was nuts.
No question about it.
So for me, Ray, you listen to me every day. I appreciate that. You're a guest on this show often. You know how much I can't stand this guy. And then when he won, people said, nah, Sid, give him a fair shake. He won fair and square, which I think he did. People who say, well, they brought in people from other countries. Stop the nonsense. There was genuine enthusiasm for this guy. He got every young vote he won. Okay, he won. That doesn't mean I like him. And to be honest, Ray, I think I can make a good argument. He's even worse than I thought he'd be when he's campaigning. What do you think?
Well, I think he's playing possum now. I think he doesn't want to do too many radical things. He's trying to sort of lay the groundwork for that. And so people will say, yeah, he's not so bad. Well, I think he is bad. And I think he'll get worse for the future of our city. It still amazes me how he got elected. In his city, the capital of capitalism has a socialist mayor. It's incredible. The only thing I see he has is a smile. He dresses everything with a smile, and nothing substantive that I see coming from him. But we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, but he did have two great platforms in this city. I'm sorry. He offered stuff for free, and a lot of our kids living in Williamsburg, living on the Upper East Side, all of them. Listen, I take the ferry home every day, Ray, from Manhattan I live on the beach in Bell Harbor. You know that area, Rockaway.
Right.
And in the summer, I can't even get a seat. There's hundreds of kids that make their way from New York City to Queens to go to the beach, And they all have, pink hair and green hair. The girls have more hair on their legs than the guys. The guys have more nail polish on the girls. You know the scene. They're drinking beer at 8 o'clock in the morning. And you know me, Ray. I'm a radio guy. So if you sit next to me, I automatically interview you. And I'd be like, this is during the time of the election. I go, who are you voting for? Mamdani. Why? Because he's going to pay my rent. He's going to pay my college. So they all bought this lie. Because they're idiots, their kids are morons, and the parents are even dumber. So all the kids said, it's all free. And the second thing was, Ray, he don't like Jews. And Ray, as crazy as it sounds, because you did such an amazing job protecting us, Jews too, from terrorists, that if you don't like Jews in New York City these days, it works for you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a million Jews in New York City, more than any other city in the world. And I did a study on anti-Semitism in Europe for the World Jewish Congress, and it's just all over the place in Europe. But I didn't think I'd see it here when I came back, and I'm just amazed at how much it's out there, how manifest it is that people are willing to engage in this. It's shocking, and I think there's difficult times ahead for the Jewish community.
It's sad. And I tell you what, Ray, this attack on Iran, it's going to happen. The president made that magnificent speech. I think, and I've seen him speak many times, you all have, from rallies to cabinet meetings to Air Force One. I think what I saw Tuesday was the best I've ever seen from Trump. He was so good. But he's about to really lower the boom on Iran. I think Cuba's going to take a beating too, but I think Iran is coming up next week. And I keep getting told by people, Sid, forget about Israel. Forget about the bases, the American bases in the Middle East. We're in trouble here. I go, what are you talking about? They're like, there's tons of Hezbollah. Ray Kelly, he made sure that wasn't the case. But over the last couple of decade specifically, all these bad guys, they're in our city now. Hezbollah has a big, big platform here. Is that true?
It certainly has a presence here. You know, it's difficult to judge the size and scope of it, but they are in New York City, and they're actually pretty vocal. You know, they're not hiding that much. So Hezbollah is a concern, and you know, they took a beating, no question about it. But they're coming back. They're coming back with help from a lot of sources.
Jeez, two more, Ray Kelly. You know, when he talked about his budget a couple of weeks ago, the mayor, it was outrageous. You know, when he talked about the 9.5% increase for homeowners and all that nonsense, which, thank God, Julie Menon, who actually threw me under the bus last week, but that's okay. She's the Speaker of the City Council. She said, ain't going to happen if I'm here. But he did talk about not adding the 5,000 cops that our old buddy Eric Adams wanted to add when he was leaving. Now, you know, Ray, that 5,000, that doesn't put us where we're comfortable, way over the top. That, I believe, just gets us to where we need to be. Can we afford not to enlist another 5,000 cops?
Well, what's happening, of course, is the hemorrhaging, from what we can see, of cops leaving the department has not slowed down. It's hard to judge what Mamdani's impact is, because it takes a couple of months to retire, you know, to use up the extra leave that you have, that sort of thing. Terminal leave. So I think we need probably another month to get a sense of what the number is as far as people retiring and going to other police departments, by the way, in a large extent. So New York City is training a lot of cops for the rest of the law enforcement world.
Yeah. I know I was down in Miami Beach for New Year's, right? I got signs, come here, and they're doing it. Right. There's no state tax, and the cops down there, they beat the living daylights out of you. You know, they're not having any of these issues on their campuses. They go to FAU, they beat people up, I swear to God. So the last one, Ray, again, I say this not to patronize you, not to embarrass you. You're the best police commissioner ever. You and I both agree that Jessica Tisch is great. I mean it. But would you be able to work with this guy, Mamdani?
Well, it all depends on his reaction. He really hasn't done anything that's impacted on the police, in any significant way.
But wait a second. But wait. After the snowball incident, if you called him and said, "Hey, Mr. Mayor, no disrespect, but two of my guys are in the hospital," that's not your nice little snowball fight in a little schoolyard in Brooklyn. You want to maybe rethink what you said? Would you have that conversation?
Sure, I think it's certainly possible to have that conversation. That's the relationship the police commissioner should have with the mayor, but I think it's very difficult with Commissioner Tisch and this mayor. As you said, she loves the job, she wants the job, and she doesn't want to, commit suicide. So she's going to do what she reasonably can do to make this man happy.
Yeah, you're right.
And
she does.
He still wants to take $600 million from the police budget and create this community safety department, which is foolish. It's never worked anywhere, and yet he wants to commit $600 million to it and put a deputy mayor in charge of it. I can't figure it out.
Of course you can.
That I think is going to happen because he thinks that's a kind of a litmus test on his part.
It's idiotic. And then you'll have one of these knife-wielding maniacs, and then they'll have some lady who's a school teacher walk up to the guy to try to stop him. She'll put the knife, the person will put the knife right in her neck. The person will die right there, and then maybe Mamdani will get the idea. You know what? It's not such a good idea after all. I don't know. He's crazy. Ray Kelly, the best ever. Thank you for making time for me, as you always do. Give my regards to your beautiful wife, okay?
Thank you, Sid. Really appreciate it.
God bless you. There he is, Ray Kelly. I love that guy. Ray Kelly, here on Sid and Friends. We'll take a short break, come back with the man, the best ever. He is the best ever, and there's not a segment all week long that gets higher ratings than when this guy is on with me Thursday mornings. Bill O'Reilly, Sid Rosenberg, we're coming up.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and busts. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.